Want to go back to our top story now. The vote to censure City Councilman Dave Donelson for his comments that question the integrity of some of his fellow council members. She's been asking city leaders if there's been any talk of campaign finance reform in the wake of these new developments.
Yeah, Emily, what are council members saying about the future of such an ordinance?
Yeah, Bart, Heather, the dozens of citizens that came out today to support Donelson certainly want campaign finance reform. But I also spoke to two of those council members that voted against Donelson today, and surprisingly, they said they think it's a really good idea.
And the motion passes on a 6-2 vote.
No. I think it's a bad day for the citizens, to be honest. It's fine for me.
District 1 Councilman Dave Donelson says if anything else comes out of Tuesday's censure vote, it will be a greater campaign finance transparency. Supporters making it clear that they stand with Donelson. Other signs reading, Donelson spoke truth. Leave him alone.
I think if it's so scary for me to say these things, like people are just losing it over that, it makes you wonder, like, why? Why are you so defensive about this?
We asked Councilmember at Large Brian Risley what he thinks should come next. Brian, do you think that there's any room for campaign finance reform after this meeting here today?
I think there is. I think we need to really think through the implications of reform and what that really looks like.
We also asked Risley whether he's ever tailored his vote to suit a campaign donor.
I actually couldn't recall whether or not the applicant had given to my campaign, and it wasn't until Councilmember Donelson stated that they did that I was made aware of that.
Right now, campaign finance records are kept deep in the city's website, tough to access and track. We asked another counselor what the future of campaign finance reform might look like.
Obviously, it's important to our citizens. So I think for that reason alone, it's on us to pass an ordinance somehow to do what we can.
Pressed for details, though, Michelle Tallarico admits she's not yet sure what form such changes could take. Yeah, last week, Donelson promised a new city ordinance that would mandate some more transparency for city campaign finance, something he hasn't delivered on yet, but says he might have more time to now that he's been voted off of all of those boards. Bart.
So, Emily, what exactly will it take to get more transparency mandated for city council campaigns? Do we know how that would work?
Yeah, Bart. That's a really good question, something I definitely asked a lot about today. It looks like they need to get in touch with the city's legal team to draft that ordinance, a process that usually takes months. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Emily Coffey, KRDO 13 investigates.
Emily, thanks.